Those who are living with Alzheimer's probably have a caregiver on hand to support them and ensure that their needs are met. Well, that can be a very challenging situation. A caregiver who has their own needs that need to be met, and on top of that, they're helping a loved one who has Alzheimer's. Well, with us this afternoon, Mary Angela Baker from Salisbury University and Carol Zimmerman of the Greater Maryland Alzheimer's Association on the Eastern Shore to discuss an upcoming event that addresses the issues of Alzheimer's as well as caregiving. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Good Thank you for having us.
So, Carol, let me ask you first. In this kind of a situation, it's tough on the Alzheimer's patient as well as the caregiver.
Absolutely. You know, Jimmy, there's 5.8 million people who have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia, 110,000 or more in Maryland. And with each of them come family members who, many of them are full-time caregivers as the disease progresses, and many family members get involved. The stress of that, emotionally, physically, and psychologically, and financially, are huge.
Yeah. So Mary Angela, let me ask you, there is a movie out about this kind of situation called What They Had.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So this movie actually puts into a story what Carol was talking about. So it's a movie about two parents, one who has Alzheimer's, one who's a caretaker, their adult children, the son who lives with them in Chicago, and the daughter who lives in California. One night during the winter, the mom wanders off and becomes lost, and so the daughter comes back to Chicago, and that's where the story begins, about the interaction between these four people.
Wow. So it sounds like it's a great storyline, something neat to watch. But do you think it's important for other reasons too?
I do, because it shows about the dynamics of a family and the issues that they go through. I watched the movie with several women with the intent as we watched it, the conversation going on and the lines in the movie saying, I know exactly how that person feels. I've said that exact same statement myself. And so the whole issue of what happens when a family goes into crisis and how they deal with it is presented through the movie.
Now, as far as the actors in the movie, there's some pretty big names, aren't there?
Mm-hmm. Hilary Swank and Blythe Danner. Blythe does an excellent job of showing a woman in the stages of Alzheimer's and how she is moving through, and the daughter and the relationship that she has with her mother, with her father, with her brother, and as they react to the situation.
Yeah. So let me make sure I understand. There's a screening of the movie.
Correct.
And then a panel discussion after.
Correct.
What do you want to discover in that?
With the panel we've put together, has several people to speak to some of the resources in the community that we have here. What do you do once you get this diagnosis? Who do you turn to? What kind of support exists in terms of support groups, education? It's a disease that has no cure. Yeah. It's a disease that is the sixth leading cause of death. So when you get that kind of diagnosis, it's turmoil for your family, and as Marianne just said, crisis happens. And so part of what we want to do with the Alzheimer's Association and the panel we put together is let people know what some of the resources are in the community and what some of the tips are as you face different stages.
Alzheimer's and dementia are two different things, right?
Well, dementia is an umbrella of symptoms.
Okay.
Of that, the largest cause of dementia, which is not just memory loss, it can be other cognitive impairment. Alzheimer's is usually about 60% of people who have dementia is from Alzheimer's. Right. But there are other causes of dementia, vascular dementia from strokes, that sort of thing, frontotemporal dementia, Lewy bodies, and then there's kind of some mixed dementias. So when you think of dementia, it's not just memory loss, it could be other kinds of cognitive impairment. Okay. But Alzheimer's is the biggest cause.
Is it something that me, I guess almost a technically uneducated person about this entire topic, can tell that it's not actually a part of the normal aging process?
Absolutely. And I would encourage you to go on to our website, alz.org, and I understand we can find that on the Delmarva Life website.
Okay, yes.
And there you want to look for the 10 signs of Alzheimer's or dementia. What is normal aging and what's not? So if there's some concern for yourself or a loved one, you can see this is fairly normal. I put down my glasses, I forgot where they were, but I went back and retraced my step. Totally normal. The car keys. It's when you can't retrace your steps.
Right.
Other kinds, and that goes through the 10 signs, and I would encourage people to take a look at that.
Very good information, and and that's on delmarvalife.com. So give me the wheres and the whens. Tell me.
Sure. So the movie, which is sponsored by AARP Maryland, Center for Extended Lifelong Learning at Salisbury University, and the Alzheimer's Association, will be this Thursday at 4 p.m. in Conway Hall. And people can RSVP by sending an email to my department, cell@salisbury.edu, so CELL at salisbury.edu, and we'll just send out information for the exact location. The movie is about an hour and a half, and then following that is our panel discussion. And we really want to make sure that people know that there are resources available and they are not alone.
Right. Very important. Okay, in case you didn't have a chance to write all that down, it of course will all be on delmarvalife.com. You can find out about there. Mary Angela, Carol, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It's wonderful talking to you.